mindset alive is we always say, well, if it was really just a draw, the game would have been agreed to. Or if you're the one defending, you say, well, if he really didn't have anything, then why is he still pushing, right? Because you have to keep yourself vigilant, right? And who else, Fabi, we talk about Magnus Carlsen as being maybe the greatest ever when it comes to capitalizing, we'll call it on the turnover, right? The most exciting moments in sports, Robert and I talk about this a lot, are the turnover, where offense becomes defense or defense becomes offense, right? Who else would you say is very good at making sure they're always on the edge of their seat to capitalize on an opportunity?
Well, I think top players in general are good at that. In terms of, let's say I think there's a big difference between turning a tiniest bit of advantage into a major advantage and eventually winning the game. And Magnus has shown us time and again that he does that extremely well and finds chances from nothing. Then there is the counterattack, going from a bad position into and turning it around. First saving it and then turning the tables. And I think that Sergei Karyakin is a good example of that. He very often turns bad positions around. He's very tenacious. A lot of it is actually psychological, because like Magnus's ability to make the most out of positions is of course in many ways from his fantastic strength and his chess ability, but a lot of it is also that people tend to give up when they feel like the game is headed towards a draw, or, well, usually people don't give up when they're losing. They try to find every last chance because nobody wants to lose. But very often people just acquiesce to a draw. And Magnus almost never does that. He always looks for the slightest chances, unless he feels like he's going to run risk if he does that. But when there is an absence of risk for him, and most people would just go for the draw, he keeps his guard up, because he knows also that people, when they feel like they're coasting to a draw, sometimes get very careless. So a lot of it is mindset as well as chess ability.
How's Fabiano Caruana at that? How would you rate yourself as far as?
I think that I learned a lot actually from playing a World Championship match, and that you never let your guard down. That was one of the things that I learned, because I had to defend a lot of tough positions. Like the match is remembered for all the draws, but I had a lot of slightly scary moments. Not just let's say the first game where I was dead lost, but a lot of positions where I had like a slight advantage from the opening, and I messed it up a bit and it turned into a slight disadvantage. And there were, I think, many moments in that match when I felt that happening. So I had to learn in general to defend worse positions, and one of the ways you do that is by never ever getting careless, especially against Magnus.